Okay, welcome to Mind Prosperity. It's good to see you guys. Happy to be here. Happy that you are all well. I hope you are. And thank you for clicking on this message. I do believe it's going to help you. It's going to encourage you, and it's going to give you a lot of good life lessons. So I want to encourage you, get a pen, get a paper, write some things down, take some notes on your phone, because these are things that you're going to help you. The title of this is Before You Go Into a New Relationship. I think from the start you might think, this is all about romantic relationships, and I think a big part of it plays into it. But this is about any relationship. Actually, we know whether it's a friendship, whether it's a business partnership. I think in any relationship that this can really help you. But I think especially in romantic relationships, it can help you a lot. So if you think about being a house being built or any building being built, the better the foundation, the better the chances that the house is going to stand, right? So if you build a good foundation first, if you focus on that in the beginning, then it's going to be better. And it's the same thing with relationships. I don't actually do a lot of relationship talks, but recently we did start doing a few of them. So as a single person, what encouraged this is I asked myself, what is the thing or the things that you have to do while you are still single or while you're not in a relationship? Now, I'm not just talking to single people right now. I'm talking to anybody. You can apply this anywhere in any relationship, okay? And this is great advice that you can give people. Now, the things that I'm going to give you in this session, these are not things that I sucked out of my thumb. I know it sounds weird, but that's actually a saying. These are things that are researched. And my one friend just recently sent me this link, and the link said there are more lonely men than ever before. And I'm like, why? Why did you send me this link? And when I read it, I saw the psychological reason, because she knows I love psychology and things like that, and she said the reason is because people do want to be with people that are emotionally sorted out. People won't go for you anymore, or won't go for you anymore like that. People don't want to be with you anymore just because you have money and good looks and because you're funny. People are getting really tired of people that are not emotionally sorted out. Another study said that even in the workplace, even in businesses, they will rather employ somebody that's emotionally sorted out than employ somebody that is skilled, right? I'm not saying skill is not an important thing, but I say rather. So just think of this. People will rather date somebody or marry somebody that is emotionally sorted out than somebody that has money and looks. And I know money and looks is important. I'm not saying be poor and don't take care of yourself. I'm just saying one of the most important components they've seen today is to be at a good place emotionally. We are going to speak about 3 things that I believe is important. And under those 3 things, I'm going to give a bunch of other things that I believe is important. So I'm going to give you a lot of information. So I'm going to go directly into it. I might read a lot because a lot of the research I jotted down. I cannot remember everything out of my head. I don't know what they say with the social media today or with all the electronic devices today. But, when I was young, they said a short pencil is better than a long memory. Like a full memory card is better than a full brain. I don't know what's the new slang we're going to come up with. Okay, so before you go into a new relationship, before you make that decision, these are some foundation building things that I'm going to give to you. Number 1, know and deal with your insecurities. Meaning, know what your insecurities are and deal with them. I've once heard somebody say, or I actually read this thing. They said, there was a woman who said, I want somebody who doesn't want to change me. This person must deal with all my problems and all my insecurities. They should take all of this just as I am. And I'm like, no, girl, that's not good. I do believe somebody has to take you the way you are, but that has to do with your personality. That has to do with your wants and your beliefs and your desires. You shouldn't want somebody to change your character and your beliefs and your personality and things like that. But if you're sitting with a bunch of emotional hurt and insecurities and undealt with triggers, that's not a good time to go into a relationship. That's not a good time to bring somebody new into your life. And actually, that's actually when people want to do it. That's the time that people are most vulnerable to bring somebody in, because they think this person is now going to fix me. And then they realize, but now that you're in my life, everything is 10 times worse. So what's a trauma bond? A trauma bond. It's actually just what it sounds like. You bonding with somebody, or you want to bond with somebody from a place of trauma. Okay? Don't get to that place where you want to bond with somebody because of a place of trauma. So a trauma bond is when you are born into a toxic family, or you have dealt with many toxic relationships in the past, meaning your upbringing comes from a toxic place. Toxic feels safe and toxic feels attractive. Listen, Toxic now, because you grew up in an environment that was toxic, or you've been in an environment for long enough that was toxic. Toxic feels safe and toxic feels attractive. Now, what's the danger when toxic feels safe and when toxic feels attractive? You get attracted to toxic. That's not a soulmate. And that just because you feel something doesn't mean it's good. I think that's some of the best advice anybody can ever give to you. It should feel good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying go into a relationship where it feels bad. Okay, that's also wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just because it feels good, because toxic attracts toxic. Put two toxic people in a relationship and I can promise you they're going to be very attracted to each other. Now they get married and one of them gets healed emotionally. Now what now? Now there's chaos. They bond with someone in order to fix and save, or to get fixed and to get saved. Meaning, I'm bringing this person into my life because this person is busy fixing me and this person is busy saving me. Not a good place. But this is what people do the most. I'm bringing these people in my life because I believe I can fix them and save them. I know he's like that now, but I know with me in my life he's going to change. Comes out of a trauma bond. These relationships are unpredictable with a lot of chaotic emotions. I've just recently heard a saying when they said, if you get close to somebody and you feel all these emotions, or all there's a rush of emotions and stuff like that, all these up and downs, that's not the right person. The right person will make you feel very stable and calm. Okay, I think that's good advice for somebody. If you're not healed, listen, this is very important. If you're not healed, this relationship might feel very good. It almost feels like a drug. So what's very important? Before you go into a relationship, make sure you are healed. I don't mean perfect, but I do mean you have healed from toxicities and insecurities. You have to ask the following questions. Before you go into a new relationship, ask the following questions. Do I feel insecure? Insecure means I'm not secure with who I am. I'm not okay with me, okay? So what happens if you're insecure, or if you're not okay with you and you bring somebody into your life? That means you're putting the pressure on that person to make you feel okay with you. So do I feel insecure? That's the first question. Do I feel I need someone else to fix my insecurities? If you're like, this is my insecurity, but I believe as soon as I get somebody that can fix this, or that can help me with this, or support me with this, then I'll be better. That's a no-no. Do I feel the need to fix somebody else's insecurities? How do I know that? Are you attracted to people who need fixing? Ask yourself the question, why every single time? You have to ask yourself the question, if your last 5 boyfriends or if your last 5 girlfriends had problems, you have to ask yourself, why am I attracted to that? Obviously, I'm attracted to a certain type of person. I have to ask why, and I have to heal. Otherwise, I'm always going to be attracted to that. People who are not healed thinks you are boring if you are sorted out. If you're not toxic, and they're going to think you are boring. That's why so many women says, I'm attracted to the bad guy. If you scream at me, yell at me, cheat on me, if you're unpredictable, then I'm attracted to you. Toxic place, not a good place. You need to get healed. Do I feel attracted to people who are not emotionally intelligent? Okay, so we're going to speak about emotional intelligence at the end, so wait until the end. I'm going to explain exactly what it is. But do I feel attracted to people who are not emotionally intelligent? They don't know how to manage their emotions. If you answer yes to most of these questions, healing needs to take place. Now, remember, this channel is not there to provide healing necessarily. It might provide some points that you can use to help yourself. But if you feel you need healing in these areas, we want to encourage you to speak to a counselor. Okay, so the first one is know what your insecurities are, deal with your insecurities. Number 2, know what healthy looks like. If somebody tries to play you, whether it's in business, whether it's in friendship, whether it's in a romantic relationship, if people try to play and manipulate you, you have to know what that looks like, and you have to know what healthy looks like. If you don't know what it looks like, you're going to be played all the time. So, what is a healthy relationship? Let's speak about a romantic relationship. Sparks and butterflies will be there. That's a good thing. I'm not dissing that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But it will be from a place of safety. It will be from a place of trusting. It will be from an honest place. You will have inner peace, and it will be authentic. What does authentic mean? I want to be 100. I can be 100% me. You can be 100% you. It was Dr. Phil who said, don't sacrifice the 100% you to be the 50% you in another relationship. That part of authenticity is a very important thing. So here's the thing. Healthy needs to feel comfortable. Otherwise, you need healing. If you get a healthy person in your life and you're like, but this person is boring. This person doesn't excite me. I need somebody that's toxic. That's the person that's going to attract me. Healthy needs to attract you. Healthy needs to feel good. Healthy needs to give you the butterflies. Judah Smith said it like this, and I like Judah Smith. I listen to him a lot. So Judah Smith said, rather go for steady Eddie healthy than sexy Steve. Sexy Steve might dress nice, but he's not going to stay with you. You guys still with me? So the second thing, know what healthy looks like. If you don't know what healthy looks like, and this is the thing, because I've studied this a lot, and because I know what healthy looks like, I can pick up very easily when somebody's emotionally not healthy. Now again, I'm not saying perfect. I'm not saying they don't cry at times. I'm not saying they don't get anxious at times. I'm saying, but in general, if your response overpowers, and we're going to get to that now, the situation, healing needs to take place. Now, let me just say this. If you are listening to this message and you say, listen, I see these things in myself, and you are in a relationship or you are married, I'm not saying break up necessarily. I'm saying work on yourself, because you can get healing in a relationship, okay? I'm not saying you cannot. So if you are dating somebody or if you are married, I'm not saying go break this thing up and go get healed. I'm saying make sure you get healed while you are there, okay? Unless you are like in a very abusive relationship, whether it's verbally or physically, then I would advise you to get out. Before I get to point number 3, and I already told you what it is, please remember to like, to subscribe, to leave a comment, and to, if we do sessions or I do sessions with individuals, I do sessions with groups, with families, I do sessions in businesses on emotional intelligence and mindset, on mental wealth and mental health. So if you want to contact me, my email address will be on the screen. And if you just need some help further in these areas, and then also we have a website. Please go follow our website or visit our website. The information will be on the screen, and some of our sessions are also available for purchase on our website. And you can also have a consultation session with me for free from our website. So please make sure to go visit that. Okay. Number 3, emotional intelligence. Be attracted to somebody that has emotional intelligence and know what emotional intelligence is. So what is emotional intelligence? There was a study that said if your emotional intelligence increases with 5 points, your life betters with 72%. Emotional intelligence is knowing and understanding your emotions and knowing how to deal with them, and being able to know and understand other people's emotions and to know how to deal with that. Okay. So in your brain, there are 2 main parts, if I can say it like that, or 2 important parts. Let me not say main, let me say important. The one is your neocortex and the other one is your limbic system. Your neocortex is what they call the logical brain, or the thinking brain, or the reasoning brain, or let me say reasoning or part of the brain. That is to do with thinking about something. Okay, so it's not very emotional, it's logical. Then you have your limbic system. That's your emotional brain. That regulates and helps with your emotions, especially with the amygdala and the hippocampus. The hippocampus has to do with learning and memory, and I'm going like this because the amygdala looks like a peanut. So if you're wondering why you're doing that, the amygdala helps with emotional regulation. So a lot of times the hippocampus communicates to the amygdala, and it brings stuff up from the past. So if you don't deal with things that happened in the past, the communication between the two is going to give you a very bad emotional reaction. Okay, so when you feel extremely in love, when you feel extreme joy, extreme sadness, extreme anger, extreme emotions, that's when the limbic system plays. That's where the limbic system plays a big role. Okay, so you have your logical part of the brain, and then you have your emotional part of the brain. People who are not emotionally intelligent, normally the one overpowers the other one totally, meaning they are very logical. They use the thinking brain a lot, but they're not very emotional. They cannot show emotions. They cannot handle your emotions. That's the one side. The other side is the limbic system, or the emotional brain overpowers logic, meaning they get so emotional they don't think logical. Their emotions are just taking over the show, and you cannot reason with that person because their emotions are taking over. Emotional intelligence means I can bring a balance between the two, meaning I can manage my emotions in a logical way, meaning I bring the logical part of the mind and I bring the emotional part of the mind together, and I know how to manage both. That is emotional intelligence. So when you have feelings for a person, that means there's a lot of time connection and chemistry. But it doesn't mean that connection and chemistry is always good. We can have connection when we are both toxic, and our toxicity kind of connects us. And because you are toxic, I can have chemistry with you. Okay, so please go evaluate that. That's the thing. If you're always attracted to people who are toxic, give yourself a question mark and say, not in a harsh or in a judgmental way, but just to say, like, I need healing in this area. okay? And then feeling alone is not enough. Not alone like alone. Feeling is not enough. Let me take the word alone out. Feeling is not enough. Meaning just because I have feelings for the person doesn't mean like this is the one or this is right. I believe in gut. I don't think your gut is always right. You know, some people might disagree with me. I think gut is a good thing. I don't think the gut is always right. I think when you're toxic, gut is mostly wrong. Like really, that's what I think. If you're not emotionally healthy, your gut is going to maybe lie to you a lot. Okay? You have to make decisions as well, meaning there has to be compatibility as well. So before you go into any relationship, again, like I said, whether it's a business relationship, romantic, marriage, deal with these things. Make sure you are healthy. You know, I've seen many people lose a lot of money because they went into business with people that betrayed them, that lied to them, that manipulated them, and they just didn't see the signs, right? Know how to see those signs. People have been hurt in friendships because they just, oh, this person is so nice, and you know, we're just such good buddies. Yeah, if you're at that place, I'm just giving you some tools that you can use to work on yourself and to get to a place where you are healthy. So I hope this helped you. Thank you so much for watching. From Mind Prosperity, we love you, and we will see you soon again. Goodbye.